Welcome back to Pirate Adventures. Where we last left off, we were in a very horrible / not too horrible zombie battle, thanks to some people diving super deep into the water and letting curiosity truly kill the cat.
I was looking for treasure. And I was
It was a good
successful.
Anyway, you defeated the zombies that managed to get on board. Most of the bodies are still left on board, to the delight of, I imagine, some of the crew.
Yes.
Yes.
And not much will happen over the next couple of hours. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with Kethra. Could you please reduce your Constitution score by 4? And could you reduce your Charisma score by 1?
Does reducing our Constitution affect our max HP?
Does reducing her charisma...
What does D&D Beyond do when you reduce it?
I don't know, I haven't done it yet.
Reducing her charisma...
So down
Gruzeel, I believe you are next.
Both.
does
if you could
reduce my max HP.
Could you reduce your Constitution score by 2?
2, so...
And your Charisma by 1?
To be fair, my stats are so bad anyway, this actually does... it makes it worse.
It's not so different.
Just makes you more reliable.
I think
more
Alwyn...
unreliable.
Alwyn also got infected?
Yes, he did.
So is this a curse? So I can remove this?
This is a disease. You already removed it with a lesser restoration.
Lesser restoration. So people can come to the...
Do you have any slots left?
Not right now, but I will after a long rest.
After a long rest, so a whole week.
And...
Alwyn has to reduce his Constitution by 4.
Wow.
And his Charisma by 1.
And I got off lightly.
Yes, you did. I rolled poorly for you.
So, Alwyn is now a -1. Yeah.
I'm guessing my resistance to poison.
Please keep track of how much you've lost.
I mean, I'm just overriding.
No, as in, just remember what your original score was, basically.
Yeah.
Or I think D&D Beyond. Okay, the override is like a negative, and okay, that's great.
Well, you just put the new score. So now I've put like my Constitution was 14. I've just said now it's 12. If I removed now it's 12, it should in theory go back to 14.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Okay. Right. How are we doing this night? Is anyone on watch? Does everybody go to sleep? I will say those of you infected will wake probably midnight with bluish boils growing around your neck and the sides of your cheeks. You will feel sweaty and feverish, and unbearable heat. Any cloth or duvet or any warmth to you is immediately stripped off because you feel too hot. You are soaked in sweat.
It's impressive for a Dragonborn.
How debilitating is it to do your duties in it, do you think?
It is a fever.
Would you say it's a major distraction, or...?
It would be... I would give you disadvantage on any duties that you do.
I think it might be worth, like, at least those infected. What, the Kethra and Gruzeel, I think you're saying. An Alwyn. To
that's your helmsman
have other people. I think we should replace people with our duties, because there's no point us being less effective. So get Alarias to cover some, Berry and whoever.
Yeah, we can have other crew.
Have other
mysterious crew do it.
Yeah, we can get one of the other deckhands to steer or something, I suppose. Whoever, Elena, or someone to steer.
Get what's his face? No, he's doing all the. No, he's doing the.
You can get Archer to steer.
Ward. Archer could do it.
We can get
She's got Dex.
Archer could steer, because Tabaxi and stuff should be good, all right to do that.
It has been a long time since I have steered a vessel, but I can try.
It's only temporary.
I think-
Don't get used to it too long.
Of course, Capitan. Get better.
Yeah, and then we'll, in terms of watch, we split those duties between Alarias and who else?
I'm gonna
Elena?
modify my watch.
Berry. Well, we'll do it
Tim is
between.
healthy.
We'll do. No, because you're cursed as well, aren't you?
No, I left it on myself.
No, he lifted it on himself.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I'm
but then
pretty sure it was only 3 of you last time that got
we
infected.
could do that between Alarias and Tim then. Watch, go back to the 4 hours.
Yeah.
Do it that way. Because I think Kethra and Gruzeel and Alwyn should not be doing that.
Do you want to get any other deckhands doing a watch or anything?
I think I'd
they're still because we're still sailing during the day. So it's just the officer doing. So it's still the officers doing their overseeing.
No, I'm saying like Elena or Barry made them officers technically.
Yeah, well, Berry would. Yeah.
But we said Archer could do it. I think Archer and Elena could swap.
I mean,
during
those
the
two
day.
could be
during the day at least, because it would be Alwyn and Kethra between the two of them during the day. So we do Elena and Archer during the day.
So the Master of Arms and the Master of Arms mate will level up on the helmsman duties. Cool. Have you got anyone on watch while they're doing that? Who's doing lookout?
Elaine. No.
We'll
No,
put you back
well,
to
one or the other, wouldn't it? So it'd be either Elena at the top on watch.
I'm thinking more like night duties.
I don't know.
Or are you going to work them through the night?
Well, no, Alarias can trance
I'll
anyway.
be walking
so
around the ship. Yeah.
You'd always have half of the night shift, regardless. We could take,
could do it at night.
and Berry could probably take the other shift.
Yeah, cool.
Berry take the other 4 hours.
Keep an eye on who I'm rolling for.
Yeah, and do it that way.
Can I just ask one thing? I want to set up an alarm every night, every 8 hours. I mean, it's only a 20-foot cube, so I'll probably just do it towards the back of the ship.
Okay, what, like take a couple, 2 of the decks maybe? Do you want it on like the main deck, or main deck and top deck, or middle deck and lower deck? Because I don't think alarm worries about walls, does it? I think it's just space.
It's the end of the space, then.
Can I just set multiple alarms then? There's no like cap or anything.
It's not. Is it
Is it concentration?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be.
Has it got
No,
C?
it's just duration 8 hours.
Then yeah, I suppose you could, in theory.
Is it not
Do as many as you want.
No, but you got spell slots, right? How many will you use?
Yeah, but it's ritual.
Ah,
15
okay,
minutes, yeah.
okay.
Wow. So yeah, you could basically
I could just do it around the whole ship.
just do it
Just
on
as
the
a
whole ship.
temporary thing.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You should always
It's
have that
not
on still.
concentration.
No, he's
Oh,
right.
alarm.
It's not concentration.
Duration, yeah. 8 hours.
After a ritual, casting time 1 minute, so duration 8 hours. So yeah, so
Yeah.
it take you 11 minutes per cast.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Wow.
need.
Have to be
Alarm
within
against
1 mile.
unwanted intrusion through the door, window, or an area within range that's not on a 20-foot cube. Until the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whether a tiny or large creature touches or enters the watered area. When you cast the spell, you can designate creature that won't set off the alarm. You can also choose whether the alarm is mental or audible.
It will be audible, sorry.
Yeah.
Or sound of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet.
Obviously, none of the crew would set off. It's
Yeah,
nothing, but-
Okay,
And if you do it
so
at the top, you're not going to have like random fish. I suppose if a bird lands on it.
Yeah, it will kind of be. I was thinking just the banisters, so if anyone's trying to climb on board,
Yeah.
go off.
To be fair, if it's a 20-foot cube,
okay, so choose a door, a window, or an area within range. The way I picture is this: you would be lining that silver wire around the area. So essentially, you could do the entire banister, like the. I would say if you're going to ritual cast it multiple times, I would say you can do top sections of the ship
Hmm.
if you wanted to, and then maybe if you wanted to do a few portholes downstairs.
Just looking at the size of the ship, like
doesn't
20
need
foot
component
cube, you
cost.
can pretty much. You can probably like with a 20-foot cube, you can probably like just even do the floor, like even especially at the back here. The 20 foot is literally the width of the back. So you could just do this whole like area as one alarm. So even if, cause especially like with things like Sahagin and things, like they can jump and land.
No, but what I'm saying is the way the spells say, like the fact they've specified a door and a window makes it sound like you're lining basically an area, and then something that goes through that area is then setting off the alarm. So what I'm saying is, if he does every section of the top deck,
So as soon as they
and
go
anybody
past-
getting on board, that will set it off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't have to touch the banister; they just have to go past it.
They just have to go past it.
Yeah.
yeah. As long as they don't like not an airdrop.
Well, even an airdrop, the minute they land, does it.
Oh, it's a 20-foot cube. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That makes sense. That's that'd be good.
Tim has shenanigans for free time.
Mhm.
Of course.
Hit me.
So Umbra has specimens, right?
I was going to ask how many I managed to drag down to the morgue.
Could you roll?
Mhm.
Roll a persuasion with Kethra to see if you can keep him.
Roll stealth to see if you can get away with it without anyone noticing.
I wouldn't really do it
I'm
in
gonna
secret. I would have just
I'm
been
gonna
dragging
give
them
him
down. to the
advantage on
morgue.
this.
Oh, okay,
well,
fine. I'll do selfie then. Why not?
I'm just like shimmying.
You gotta get it from the top. You gotta get some of. They're like 4 on the top deck.
Oh, in a giant sack.
it's a hard check.
There's quite a lot of them. There's like good 6 or 7 of them.
There was 7 of them. There was 6 of them,
I
sorry.
will say, unless someone said something to Umbra, I don't think he'd do it stealthily. He would just start dragging bodies down.
We're sending bodies to the morgue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they're dead bodies, right? Like, it's not like Umbra's doing anything
I don't think
weird.
that's too sus. Especially
Okay,
if
so
they're implicating
not
it.
so much that then. Maybe more.
It's always there's always an ask why.
But yeah, maybe more general charisma check to see if you're doing it with enough confidence to make it seem reasonable to all the crew that are watching you.
Just charisma.
Just straight charisma, because you're not persuading them. It's just your general being that you're presenting to the world.
Are you helping me out, Tim?
You should get advantage anyway because no one knows what Umbra's like.
This is true. I'm happy for that to be an advantageous roll,
Yes.
especially as Tim already said he wanted to help you in some way.
So in that case, 17 with advantage.
I'm going to say, Kethra, you do notice Umbra dragging the zombies down, but it does occur to you that he is the mortuary. Like
We could just tip things over the side though.
He is the it does occur to you that he's the mortician, so he probably thinks that this is a duty.
Technically, he's not breaking any rules because they're part of the crew.
And also,
no, it's just a curiosity more than anything else.
no. Like if you want to investigate, you will
we're not-
notice. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not debating that it's sus.
Umbra, what are you doing?
I have some.
You
plans.
required donations!
Yes. I require donations from these bodies.
Or
We will study them to find a cure to the disease that plagues the ship.
Umbra nods.
Does Kethra notice Umbra's change in body?
Closely you're looking
body
up.
changed?
Because he's talking.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, because he's You're talking to him like face to face, like in his face.
I was going to say, yeah. Is this a shouting or is this a you've come over? You're talking to him in person. Okay, as you approach Umbra,
because Umbra is actually coming up to Kethra more because she's on the top deck, and so are the bodies. Most of the top bodies of the zombie things.
okay,
So it's
Just
more of
confirming.
a while Kethra is up there and Umbra is up there, who's never up here, is like, Umbra, what are you doing? And then okay,
so Gruzeel, Alarias, as the dust settles and as people are like taken away, healing, putting on bandages, getting stuff back together on the deck of the ship, you notice Umbra as he's carrying the bodies. I believe you described slightly different clothing. Was it? Haiss?
Yeah, kind of. It's more like it's kind of similar to before, but it's more of like a slimmer fitting like hospital gown, which is in black, and he's got black gloves and black boots. Let's say. all in black. So he's like covering up more of himself.
Immediately noticeable to all of you is the fact that he has long, white, flowing hair poking out from his mask and hat. Not feathers, hair.
When you say poking out the mask, just
As
like
in,
normal
as in,
hair.
as
Okay.
in normal hair coming back. The mask
like
is
whiskers
here. It's
coming out.
covering his face. His neck, you can't entirely see thanks to the gown, but then this hair is white and long.
You okay there, Umbra? You have hair, not feathers.
I'd rather not discuss it if it's all the same to you, Captain.
Your voice is not as quiet as usual.
I gained some confidence. I think your socializing has been good for me.
You're trying to be a bit more normal, Umbra, not this freakish bird anymore.
Kai pauses and says, "Yes, that's exactly it."
Are we all up there? Are we all up there?
Yeah, no, that's
We're
what I'm
all
saying. You'll all notice this as
Okay,
as he's packing away the bodies.
I realized my mannerisms may have put some of the crew a bit ill at ease, but rest assured.
Umbra, I think you look great.
I thank you, comrade. Means
Better
a lot.
than any extra hands.
I mean, I suppose you could say he's letting his hair down.
Yes.
Is it normal for Kenkus to have hair?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
I mean, he's not going to know, is he? He's not going to know.
Yeah.
He's not going to know.
I mean, you said before actually that the bottom part of his mask is like open because his beak comes down beneath it. Is that still the case?
He before he was lifting it to then be able to eat anything or like scoop stuff in.
I thought it was just like it covers his mouth, but like the bottom part of his mouth kind of like comes out of the mask. Like, there's like a gap, like there's a hole on the bottom of the mask that his mouth comes out of.
I was pretty sure it came all the way. It came all the way down to the bottom, and then he'd poke it up.
But then how does he talk?
And then feed stuff in. He talks in the mask.
So there's just enough leeway inside for him.
Yeah, just like a little gap enough for speech.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's how I saw it.
Fair enough.
What were you doing with the bodies, Umbra?
As Tim was explaining, we wish to study them to come up with a cure. And perhaps a delivery mechanism for our enemies. But mostly a cure.
What, for the memory thing?
No. I've been meaning to speak to you about that, Gruzeel. I have made quite significant progress on that front. However, I require certain ingredients.
Donations!
Yes, you could say that. What do I need to get off? I need gem. Oh wait, I wrote it down.
Gem dust.
End it for you.
A flower growing in the feet.
I require a variety of crystals and precious gemstones. The more, the better. But I require a range of them. Yes, I do.
Okay, we'll get it for you, Umbra.
Thank you. I also require
important.
a moonshade flower. I know it grows in the fleet, but I'm not sure if it grows elsewhere in the world. And I will also require a live specimen of a creature that influences the mind or the memory.
Any creatures come to mind?
Just on top of that, with so Alarias, Moonshade, the Moonshade flower does grow. You have seen it before on a multitude of places. You get a flash memory, and you hear Bloodbeard in your head shouting about Meracal being on the way, and then suddenly another flash, and you see this flower on the mountain, at the base of the mountain, before sort of ascending to it. And you just suddenly that clicks in, and you go, oh yeah, well, they grow there. And you have that memory just suddenly pop up. But Moonshade flower is quite potent. It can be used for a lot of different psychedelia kind of things. You've never heard it used for memory, but you're starting to connect the dots. That kind of makes sense.
Okay. So I know we can get this flower on Miracle.
Yeah, Miracle.
Can I use my
The
creature
place I'd go
knowledge?
to now.
I'm trying to think about like monster manual creatures
Mm-hmm.
be related. The only ones coming to mind are mind flayers.
That's a possibility.
Which I'll mention that there are like these weird people with octopus faces that like eat brains. I don't know if that counts.
So
Okay,
yeah,
Gruzeel, now you're talking at your ass.
Well, you know, I'd rather talk out my ass than like have my brain eaten through my head, kind of thing. You know. Ian. I'm trying to think of anything else. Can't think of it in my head.
So aboliths affect the mind quite a bit as well. That will actually do a history check for me. And we'll see how many I can list off for you.
History. That is a 14.
14. Okay, so aboliths do come to mind. They can bend certain people to their will, if they're lucky. What's the other one that comes to mind? You'll also be reminded that there are certain creatures that don't necessarily affect memory, but can affect the mind in controlling someone, and you can assume that this is kind of what Umbra's looking for, but in regards to affecting memory, Mind Flayer pops into your mind, and just generally powerfully magically imbued creatures.
Intellect Devourer. Would that be another one?
Yeah, I believe so.
Granted, they took the form of astral maggots, but general
Hmm.
concept.
Another one would be Succubus is very manipulative, which could be effective.
So I'll give all those examples, but like in the
Great. So
realm
we're
of
going to go
like,
vampire
well-
hunting next. Great.
well,
Is there like
I
a
don't-
black market,
I don't
Arthur,
need
for
to-
like
Actually.
creatures, like people selling like exotic creatures?
Must be.
It's got to be.
We could go
So-
there.
So in the black market, you guys didn't really explore all the different shops, but you can definitely assume that there is something along the lines of that there. You may even find other such things. I mean, there's definitely poachers in these waters that are happily willing to take down exotic beasts to then sell them.
Because that might be our best bet. Just pay someone or steal it.
The question is
we
price
should be
point.
poaching for them.
We can steal it from them.
The issue there is just price point. Like, how much is something like that going to cost?
Yeah.
I think until we have that major, I think if we, the issue is a catch-22. We need money to make the memory potion, but the memory potion is going to make us a lot of money.
I mean, to get some of the money around, we can raid places. So we could in theory go to Bosty and size it up and raid it if we really wanted to.
I don't know how Gruzeel's going to feel about that. You'd have to, but yeah.
So if we knew Bosty had, we could have that as a war room discussion actually. With everybody as an IC conversation.
Gruzeel, sorry, just quickly. One other creature that really comes to mind, and generally a lot of it is useful for alchemists and potion makers and other such magic item makers because they have so many different abilities, is a beholder.
Aren't they really strong beholders?
Beholders are ridiculous. Yeah.
I remember coming across it in.
They have like
There's not many.
You
There's
can
like
make
one
friends with
beholder.
a beholder though.
they have like eye rays that deal different like random effects.
I remember where I came across this.
Lovely.
Oh god.
They're pretty terrifying.
Xanathar's probably the most famous beholder everyone knows.
Which one?
Xanathar.
Xanathar.
I mean, not in this world.
As in,
No, but it's a general
as in the
D&D.
expansion book.
Yeah, Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Xanathar's a beholder.
Why
That's
is
why
a
he's on the
beholder
front.
writing a book? Writing a book.
I
He
don't know
can.
how he is. He's a floating head with tentacles. How in the world?
He's got telekinetic one. It's
Anyway,
fine.
that's how you. That's what you can imagine.
Sidestep.
But yeah, we can have this an IC discussion of.
Yeah.
Well, we can scout out Posty, and if it's got majority of what we need, like some of these gems and maybe a lead or two on a few animals, we could raid it.
Isn't that like bad to do?
It serves a higher purpose.
I mean, they're innocent people. I was stealing from innocent people.
Think of it as this, Gruzeel. We need it more than they do.
I mean, we don't really know that.
No one in this world is truly innocent, Gruzeel.
Yes,
I'm a
it's
nice
called
person.
original sin.
I'm a nice person.
Gruzeel, your hands are stained with blood. Your hands are stained with blood as well, Gruzeel.
Yeah, but they attacked us. They attacked us first, and Kethra said the fleet are bad people.
Yes, the fleet are bad people, and we're doing this to stop the fleet, right? This is just another step we have to take to stop the fleet.
Every guard you killed, Gruzeel, had a family. I found a poem on one of their bodies. Was he evil too?
I mean, if you work for evil people, it's kind of by association, really. You shouldn't.
We work for
Work for
evil
bad
people if we raid innocents.
You know.
It's a step too far. We should stick to scamming people with Umbra's dirty concoction.
Sometimes we just need a bit more of a direct approach.
We have to get our hands dirty, guys, if we're going to make the money and get this for the memory potion.
No, I'm against the elf.
You're always against me, Tim. Hide in your shell. The adult's going to talk.
Find your neck in.
I'd be willing to deal the final blow if it makes you uncomfortable.
Tim leaves the war room.
Bye, Tim.
Bye, Gruzeel.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're the captain, and I have to follow your orders. So, if that is your order, then I have no choice but to follow.
I'm not.
Just like the guards in the fleet, Gruzeel. They were following orders as well.
Umbra, why are you here?
I'm just going to kind of look around and then kind of like shuffle out of the war room.
Whispering through the vents.
His beak coming out of the.
Oh man. Oh god.
I'll resume dragging dead bodies in the background after.
There's just one outside the war room. He just carries on past.
I mean, you satisfy Kethra's curiosity anyway.
Oh dear.
Arthur?
Yep.
When you get a moment to look at your notes or whatever, Tim is going to cast Detect Poison and Disease on someone who's been affected by the zombie curse or a zombie, or using the spell on an actual zombie. You identify the kind of poisonous creature or disease in each case.
The disease.
We learn what the disease is.
Okay, so you're going to cast that on. Who are you casting on?
I'll try one of the zombies first.
Okay, does it matter if they're dead?
Mm-mm.
Does it say a living creature?
Mm.
No? Okay. Then the disease is called BLUROT.
Blue.
And it is a disease that's passed from infected to infected. And one other thing you notice about the BLUROT is that it essentially removes the need for someone to breathe underwater.
Excellent.
Huh.
Specifically underwater. What about in like space?
Sorry, say that again?
Specifically underwater.
Yeah, so that essentially they no longer need...
So do we need to breathe air?
You need to breathe air still. And you can breathe underwater, essentially.
How do we cure it?
Less
Well.
restoration.
Less restoration. Or, and you will get this sense, that the disease can, if a body is strong enough, go on its own. But it takes time.
I'll share that with Umbra at least when we're in the morgue.
So, Gruzeel, Alwyn, and Kethra, you're all going to just go to sleep, try to get a full night's rest.
Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna console Gruzeel a bit and say, Gruzeel, there's nothing. I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do, but these are the tough kind of decisions we need to make. We are pirates, after all. We are outside of the conventional law. We need to be able to fend for ourselves and be able to provide for ourselves. And one of those ways is to, unfortunately, sack and siege towns.
But surely that's not the only way. That should really be our last resort.
It's not the only way, but we need. Well, the sounds of it, we need some of this stuff. If we really want to help Elena, if we really want to help Alarias, then we need to do it quick. We need to do it now to be able to get it most effective. So then it means that they're the best use for us in the future. The sooner we can get Alarias' memories back, the sooner we can understand why this Commodore person has his teeth stuck into it.
But then why not just, I don't know, talk to the goblin lady or go back to the black market? Those are alternatives that don't involve stealing.
The issue is money, though. To be able to go to the black market, to be able to go to the goblin lady, we need money to go to them for that. And at the very least, we haven't got much.
But then should that not be our focus instead?
But why not do both? Why not get money and then pursue our goals at the same time? It's
because it involves theft.
Yes. Okay, so we don't have to kill anybody to do it, do we? We don't have to hurt anybody. All we can do is threaten.
You don't have. There are more ways to hurt someone than physically. Robbing them of their possessions. I mean, you don't know. That could be like their wedding ring or their family heirloom that was passed down from parent to parent that you're just taking for the sake of it.
I know, but for us to be able to survive in a place like this, the normal rules don't exist. The rules that you lived in before don't exist here. We have to rule by our own code. We can say, kill the fleet, don't kill innocent. But that doesn't stop us from robbing innocents and still killing the fleet.
As I said, Captain, I don't think I'll ever be happy about it. But this is your ship. You are the captain. I will follow those orders, but I do not. You cannot order me to be happy with them.
I wouldn't have any other way, Gruzeel.
You'll have to excuse me. I feel like I need to throw up.
Look, if we won't do anything to Boston unless we know it has useful leads for us to make most of. I'll give you that.
Can we at least sorry. Can we at least try and aim for those who have it to spare, rather than depend on it?
If you can judge that, then go for it.
Fine. I will try.
And then he's gonna go. Oh, what's it called?
Permission to be dismissed, sir. Never really figured that one out.
It's just Captain.
Captain.
And we hold no real decorum here anyway, so it's okay. Feel free to go out well.
Thank you, Captain. Night.
And then he's gonna
go
go off. He's gonna go back to his quarters and try to get some form of semblance of rest.
Okay. Who's on the first watch, by the way? Or first officer on?
Berry probably because Berry would be taking my one because the reason that Alarias goes second is because it's darker because Berry's human, isn't he?
Yeah.
So because
cool.
it's darker, the second half is technically darker. Alarias is better with his dark vision. That's
Okay.
why Gruzeel goes first because he doesn't have dark vision.
You, Gruzeel, Kethra, and Alwyn wake to this fever. Those points go down. You're hot and sweaty. But you are exhausted at the same time.
I would try to go to the infirmary to see if Tim's there.
Okay, you feel very queasy. It's very hard, especially with the sea leg situation. But you do manage. You'll get to the infirmary. I imagine Tim would be where in the middle of the night.
Tim sleeps in the infirmary now. There's jobs to be done.
Okay, cool. If you could position Tim to wherever he needs to be.
Where is he?
He's on the
main deck.
There he is.
Okay, you'll get to the infirmary. Kethra, you are the same, and so is Alwyn. So if you want to say whatever their plan is.
So
You are exhausted as well, so if you want to just try to go back to sleep, that's also an option.
She'll try to go. Both Owl and Kethra will sleep first. If it's still worse, if it's still bad in the morning, then
You'll get to sleep. You are exhausted from this. You'll get to sleep.
Gruzeel,
you get to the infirmary.
Gruzeel basically go, Tim, I feel like shit. I think I need your help.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
I didn't even know Dragonborn could get boils.
Let's try some of this.
Tim begins lathering mayonnaise on the boils.
No, Gruzeel, you feel a cool sensation, and then it's kind of weird.
That doesn't smell
sticky.
right.
And then you realise the only sensation you're having there is around the boils, not actually on the boils. You can't really feel them. It's weird. Very, very weird. Gross. It's not comfortable.
It doesn't.
I've seen this before.
Have you? What is it?
Blue boil. I discovered it myself. I know the cure.
What is? Can you fix me that?
I'll need 6 nights straight of rest.
Aren't you supposed to say that to me?
It's the only way.
I thought I'm supposed to get the rest. I'm the
No,
one.
I have to get the rest and then I can cure you. That's just how medicine works, I'm afraid.
Okay. I guess I'll have to take your word for it, Tim.
Yes.
What shall I do in the meantime?
Work as usual, all part of the healing process. Keep up with the mayonnaise.
Aye. Is the mayonnaise really necessary?
Very.
Oh. Okay. Yes, doctor.
You wonder why
Gruzeel will
go to Tim.
As you were.
Gruzeel will just kind of like struggle getting back to his quarters and try to go back to sleep. With this horrible smell of mayonnaise. Hot mayonnaise.
Okay. So you get to sleep. Nothing happens. It's a nice night of sailing. You wake up in the morning.
Does it
Kethra?
Does it count?
Alwyn?
Are we getting a short rest? Though?
Yeah, you'll still get a short rest. Kethra, Alwyn, and Gruzeel, please take 17 damage.
Is this after the rest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's quite handy because I was gonna spend some hit die, literally rolling it as we speak.
Let me just confirm the type of damage.
7.
It's necrotic.
I need to spend. How much did you say? 17.
17.
Wow. Of the Blimey. It's definitely a good thing I was spent a hit die. Otherwise I wouldn't have woken up.
Yeah, Kethra goes down to death save.
Oh shit.
Does anyone know?
You had better pass those death saves, otherwise no one's gonna know.
Yeah.
Do you just roll them now, I guess? Considering?
Yeah, I mean, I only did 2. Yeah, do you want me to just do all as many as I need to wake up?
Base. Or die.
Roll 2. And I'm going to roll something just to see if anyone notices that the captain hasn't come out of the quarters.
Gruzeel's probably just going to be like too ill to notice, I think. Like because he's being breakfast.
Taking Alwyn and Gruzeel out of the mix here.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, Alwyn's suffering on the on his bed.
Oh.
Be fair,
I wonder how that affects the crew. Actually, the fact that he's got this weird disease and he's sharing in the general quarters.
Well, you didn't say you were quarantining him, so that's that's its whole other kettle of fish. Kethra, how you doing? What were those death saves?
death saves. Luckily, 2 successes.
Good. That's really good. Go ahead and roll another one.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, cool. You're awake with 1 HP?
1 HP.
Yeah, 1 HP on that 20. Okay, you are awake with 1 HP.
She's just gonna try and go back to sleep. She's not feeling good.
Okay.
Alwyn's,
Try and go back to sleep.
Alwyn's pretty low health, but he's not dead yet.
Cool.
This is bad. I don't actually. I'm going to survive a week. If it's that kind of damage every day, like even if I've only got 3 hit die.
Same.
And I've only got 28 max HP. This should be entertaining.
I will use second wind to get a D10 and plus 3 back, which is 10. So I'm back up to 11.
There are other ways to gain
Yeah.
HP.
Oh, do I cure wounds? Probably should.
You're gonna need to save that.
I don't know. I've only got 2 slots left. I've spent 1 in the fight. I think maybe if I run out of hit, yeah. I think if I run out of hit die, that's kind of probably what I have to resort to.
I will say, from a medical standpoint, from Tim and actually Umbra, if Umbra ever finds out about this, but generally, you know that you can do things to mitigate the pain, much like medicines or, well, I'm not saying antibiotics, but along the lines of something that can reduce the amount of hurt or pain that someone might suffer while infected.
Yeah. I mean, luckily Tim knows that I'm ill. So hopefully that can facilitate that.
So, Kethra, you're staying in your room.
Yeah.
Is Alwyn also staying in his room?
Well, he's just suffering in silence. He doesn't
Or staying in his hammock.
He's just suffering in silence. I think he doesn't. Right. Unfortunately, he doesn't. He thinks of himself more of a better healer than Tim.
Oh, shots fired.
He's also a cleric, so he's wasting himself out.
Gruzeel, are you holding fort, or are you going throughout your duties? What's the plan?
He's going to try and carry on with his duties as best he can.
Is he?
Yeah, unfortunately, because that's what he does. Lawful alignment, bit of a... So he'll try his best to get back on deck to resume duty, but he'll probably be doing so slowly, half speed everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Alarias, Umbra, Tim, what are you guys doing for, let's call it the week? Let's find out what you're doing for the week.
Infirmary, always.
Infirmary, cool. Umbra, testing on some zombies. Umbra?
While he's, I would have, on the way up, stopped off in the infirmary, to tell Tim about how we're RPing this necrotic damage.
Pain.
Pain, basically. Severe pain. Yeah, we'll do it that way. As it's a new symptom and it might help him figure out how to heal me in less time than 6 days.
Okay. Tim, you have that information and what I said about the mitigating of pain and such, so you can know that from there.
Cool.
I guess while I'm waiting for Umbra to figure out why ever his mic may not be working, because he's lighting up, but he's not hearing anything. No, we cannot. Alarias, what are you doing?
I'm not sure if he can really help with the pain. I don't know if there's any kind of herbs on board that we can.
Oh my god, wait, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
My mic somehow muted itself. What the hell? Like, the toggle was down.
Do you have one of those like button things like on the cord somewhere?
Yeah, but like, I didn't even press it. I just looked down and it was toggled off. My bad. So, Umbra, I was saying, unless anyone interrupts him, he is going to think of a way to weaponize the disease, I think.
Oh, excellent.
My god.
You want to weaponize the disease.
So I'm not necessarily interested in curing it or anything or understanding how it works. I just want to be able to weaponize it. So preferably air disposal, but if I can coat someone's blade with it, that's also fine. Yeah, just anything I can do to get it so we can infect other people with it.
Okay.
Well, how did we get it? They hit us, right? They scratched us.
They stabbed you.
They
Stabbed
stabbed
us.
you. Okay, so
yeah,
whatever they.
Thing, it's probably a.
Okay, so this is what Umbra would try and do. I assume if they hit you with their claws, they must have some gland underneath their skin, which secretes
It wasn't their claws. They hit them with a weapon.
Ah, okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you this now. You will find that the infection infecting the bodies is kind of like these boils. They leak.
Okay.
And when they leak, they coat things like a dagger or a sword. And particularly from these creatures, you can see their palms are particularly sweaty, or at least you assume it's sweat until you investigate further, and you see this secretion is happening on the palms as well.
Excellent. I'm going to harvest all the secretion.
Speaking of, Gruzeel, how many things are you touching during your duties?
No.
Infects the whole ship.
This is a bad situation. Anything. I mean, everything that I would know. Well, I mean, how much touching is involved in his duties? I mean, I guess doors.
Not really too much. Doors, yes.
Doors.
Wood, Gruzeel, and you have to keep in mind that you don't know that what's happening now.
Yeah.
Would you ever put a hand on the crew, tie a knot, assist someone, palm someone on the back, handshake anyone, anything along those lines?
We all know the answer to that. Unfortunately, yes.
So,
if someone's in need, if someone needs encouragement, if someone's doing a good job,
Gruzeel, I need you to roll 3 D100s.
3 D100. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We got ourselves a coronavirus.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, I know this is slightly close to home, but I had this planned for a while. So
I'm just saying, if Umbra was in charge, he would have put a stop to this.
So first one, 88.
88.
Yep.
Okay.
Next one, 28. So bad. One of those at least is going to be bad.
Okay.
And 98. Why is it with the 8?
Wow.
And 98.
98. Okay. Okay.
So it's either really
I
good.
feel like higher is worse, but yeah.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
It depends on how you decide percentiles are working. Okay. Well, luckily for you, that was generally positive. Unluckily, By the next day, about 6 members of your crew, 2 of them being the lizard folk, 4 of them being some of the deckhands, are now getting blue boils on their body.
Oh no.
Arthur, is it going to take me the whole week to harvest all the fluid, or is it just like a day thing?
It will literally just be that day. You will be able to harvest. You'll be able to harvest enough fluid in that day to coat maybe 2 weapons.
2 weapons, and is it permanent once I coat them?
No, it seems like the secretion has to be constant, or it probably once they secrete it, use it. They're secreting so much more that it's just replenishing it. But to you, it seems like it's a one-time.
Okay, so let me jot this down. So I'm going to write infectious fluid. I have enough to coat 2 weapons. And how many hits do I reckon that will last for?
Probably 1.
1 hit each. Okay.
1 charge situation.
And sorry, the fluid's gone. You were saying?
Out of interest, bullets.
Perfect assassination.
So, for example, you'd be able to coat 2 bullets.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now the reason I'm saying that is because I'm not going to make you use 2 charges up to coat a longsword when 1 charge coats up like a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, bullets are completely spherical. They fly through the air against air resistance, and you're trying to make sure that liquid stays on it. So that will have to be either very thickly coated, or you're going to have to mix it with something to make it very, very stuck to that bullet.
Mayonnaise.
Oh my god.
Tim can also produce honey, just so you know.
Just for the shits and giggles.
Arthur, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, did you say the fluid is not coming back, right? Like it's all gone?
So you managed to get sort of like 2 out of your subjects, but it seems like when they die and are out of the water, they dry up.
Okay. But it's coming from the boils, right? And I know some of the crew's infected.
It's mainly coming from the boils. You said you were in your mortuary, your morgue, so I don't know if you would.
Oh, okay. Well, I know it's infectious, right?
You know it's infectious. If you want to investigate, you can.
I'm going to go up to the infirmary whenever I get there, we can do that. I'm going to go talk to Tim.
Okay. Alarias, is there anything you want to do? You would notice Gruzeel having these boils and such and everything over the day.
Everything's kicking off. I think it's hitting DEFCON 1 or 2 now. He's going to go to Umbra and Tim, try and get them both together. I guess we'll go to the infirmary.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys meet in the infirmary.
I think Umbra and Tim are hanging out a lot more recently.
Yep, common goals and all that. Who turns up first?
I think Umbra's probably going to turn up first, and then Lara shortly after. You'll arrive similar times. I think you might as well just start together.
Okay. Hello, Tim. Alarias. I have something to discuss with you.
Oh, yes!
Tell me, are any of the crew exhibiting some boils on their skin, perhaps?
Yeah, we've got a serious problem. They're infecting each other. This is going airborne.
I have some information on that front. I may require a couple of specimens, sir.
For a cure?
A cure? Wow.
Umbra, we need a cure. we're gonna lose all of our crew here.
I can cure 1 person every 7 days.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I thought you could do 2 because you got 2 slots.
Yes. 3 actually.
Okay.
Umbra's going to go stand in front of Alarias and say, Alarias, are you willing to give me full authority to act in this matter to contain the situation?
God.
At the very least, we need to isolate the infected.
Alarias doesn't have that authority. It's only
I don't have that authority.
Kethra.
Unless
Kethra, unless Kethra says that she resigns her power to me,
then we should go see the captain.
Such a bad idea.
We must
I don't want to get infected.
Actually, this is
quarantine.
This is the next day, right? So
6 people.
Did Kethra ever emerge in the last 24 hours?
Kethra told me she was going back to sleep.
No.
Did she ever wake up?
Did you?
She woke up the next morning, not feeling very well.
Did you take any more damage?
Not today.
Thank God.
Bastard.
I mean, Arthur, I'm assuming I kind of know that it's the fluid spreading it, right? I know it's not airborne.
You know it's the fluid, and you know that it either needs to penetrate skin and end up in the bloodstream.
Yep.
Or be ingested in some way.
Okay. All right. I'll stick to what I said before. I'm just going to say we need to see the captain.
She would have emerged for food on the next day. She would have been hungry.
Oh,
But she would have literally gone as far as you can hear her, and then she'd be like, "Can I have some food, please?" And then
I will say, as the I was going to say, like, as the captain, because you're above the kitchen as well. Tiff, can hear you from the kitchen if you say anything in the captain's office or the war room, which the officers would sometimes eat with you in the war room. That would be like a diet, like generally in regards to ship.
How much could Tiff eat?
Manners.
I don't want him eavesdropping on us.
Well, every time you call him from there, he can hear you.
No, I was going to call him from go over to we're here and say it through those grates.
All I'm going to say is if you get to the hallway with the doors either side, and you say if I need some food, he'll come.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's like one of those home assistants, isn't it? That is.
I don't like the sound of Tiff knowing all that shit.
To be fair, if he was the cook under the Toad Father, I'm sure he's heard a lot of things he just keeps to himself.
We might have to quarantine him though if he gets infected. Oh, crew's fucked.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that any of us, if Alwyn's eating in the kitchen, like that's already a big issue.
Well, mess hall.
Alwyn would probably eat in the mess hall, or if he really can't get out of the hammock, Tiff would be kind enough to hand him a plate.
How many people are infected? How many people are infected now? You said how many new people? 7.
6.
So we've got 9 people infected right now.
Well, we wouldn't necessarily know that, right? Unless they all reported to the infirmary.
You just noticed that the blue boils and sweating.
Spreading out.
Yeah, it's not.
I think
it's obvious enough as a thing.
Yeah, it's visual. What you can also assume is that a lot of them don't necessarily want to go to the infirmary with something they've never seen before because they think they could die and end up in the morgue. Which is the last thing any of them want.
Well, to be fair, that should be incentive to go to the infirmary because they don't want it to like kill them.
No, the thing is, what they think is it might be uncurable, and then Tim might just send them straight to the morgue before they've even died, which
fair enough.
They're not willing to risk.
Yeah.
All right, Alarias. I think we need to go speak to the captain. Let's do it.
You don't have any protective equipment, do you, Umbra?
Only for myself.
I mean, I don't think we should be going in there
Mask.
unarmed. Yeah.
I'll go. I'm already wearing protective gear.
Okay, you go in first.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll go up to the captain's quarters then.
Okay. You go to the captain's quarters.
Would you try and open the door? Because the door's locked.
He'll knock. Yeah, where's number? Yep, he'll knock.
Do you want? Piss off.
I need to discuss an urgent matter with you, Captain.
Okay. How urgent?
I need life or death for the crew.
Fuck's sake. Fine. And you hear an unlocking.
I just love the way Umbra says things.
Okay, she opens the door and you see the boil and who looks the same as probably everyone else.
Captain, the infection that has consumed you is spreading throughout the crew. I need the authority to act in your name to quickly contain the situation.
And how would you do that?
First, we must quarantine all of the infected. Second, I must drain the pus from their boils.
Oh. Where are you going to quarantine them?
The brig.
Oh my god, the thing has got holes everywhere.
How many you gonna put people with food?
Anybody who exhibits symptoms must be isolated from the rest of the crew.
Uh,
We cannot
Isolated
allow the
with-
sick to infect the healthy.
Isolated with the food.
No. We could
Where's the food?
isolate them in the rooms.
It's in the
Yeah.
isolated.
There's that room. There's a
The
room.
whole,
What about,
the whole of
I
lower
was
deck
thinking-
is.
Oh, there's a food.
I was
The
just
whole of
thinking
lower deck
here,
is
like,
food storage.
Yeah, like any empty room will do, to be honest. So like here's fine as well. I just don't want them getting out.
I don't think going through the armory is a good idea, but then this room, like right here, like these rooms next to the infirmary,
Okay.
they're probably the best places to be near the infirmary.
Alright, I'll say that. The
Yeah,
two rooms
These 3 rooms.
next to the infirmary. We'll lock them in and I will supply them their food as I have protective gear.
You can't lock people in. What if they need to have a shit?
Then they must do it in there.
Oh my god.
We don't know how this thing spreads.
Oh
Ah.
my word.
Captain, the infection spreads by touch, and it's quite serious. Tim says he can only cure a single person every week. we must contain all of infected to one location.
Oh, I'm sure Owen can.
And I must
Do
drain the
stuff.
pus. I must drain it.
Okay, but it can't be inhumane. Alarias, you make sure it's not inhumane. They can actually.
I'll keep
leave
tabs on him.
They actually need to be able to go to the ablutions and stuff.
Very
Why do you
well.
need the pus so badly, Umbra?
I need it.
Do you need it or no? Wait. Do you want it or do you need it?
I have found a way to weaponize the infection against our foes. This is
No,
a golden
Umbra.
opportunity to harvest it.
We should be ridding the world of the disease, not creating more copies.
No, Alarias. Our enemies must be brought to their knees.
There's loads of different ways you can kill your enemies.
Yes, and one of them is by infecting them with a deadly poison.
How? I haven't died. No. Has anyone died yet?
You will die soon, Captain. It's only a matter of time.
You did hit
Unless
that.
we can
Wow.
get this. Unless we can get this infection under control, all infected will die.
I don't believe that. You're lying to me, Umbra.
Am I lying, Arthur? I thought-
You're just trying to be dramatic. At this point in stage, Kethra doesn't care. She's got. She just thinks it's a typical Umbra. It is a typical Umbra thing to say.
With your permission, Captain, I will simulate the progress of the virus in a specimen. A rat, perhaps.
I will say, Umbra, this will most definitely. There is a very high chance it will kill some of the crew.
I'll repeat that.
If they're not strong enough to take it, they will die.
I mean, 17 necrotic damage is a lot for a commoner.
The weak shall die, Captain, unless we act.
We haven't got any weak people on our crew, have we? Though, Umbra.
If the captain says so.
But look. Just make sure that if they're quarantined, it's humane, and everyone picks up the slack.
Very well.
And if it's curable, get it cured. But surely magic cures it, doesn't it? So what's the point of giving it to other people if magic can cure it?
It's unreliable at best. Science will be our sanctuary in this.
No, I trust magic more than your science. I saw what you did.
Yeah, Umbra, I trust my magic more than your crazy
Perhaps you
mind.
should cure the disease then, Alarias, using your magic.
I'm not in that line of magic, unfortunately.
How unfortunate.
Yes, unfortunate indeed.
Very well. There isn't a moment to lose. Let us go round up the infected.
Make it
Okay.
humane.
Humanely round up the infected. They'll be treated with respect.
If they're not Umbra, it's on your head.
I understand. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
So
I guess that's
yeah, so I
last
guess,
fight rounded. So he's gonna go to he's just gonna say to Alarias that Alarias, you need to round up all the infected and send them to the quarantine rooms. I suggest we lock the door so they can't leave.
Okay, I've got an idea. I might cast Unseen Servant so that the servant can touch the infected to quarantine them into the room instead of
Yeah.
me touching it.
Yeah, no, that works.
also
Smart.
good as a replacement deckhand as well.
Umbra's gonna
Yeah.
stand near the quarantine door, Arthur. I need to talk to them as they go in.
Do you want to label it on the map?
Yeah, it's these
Oh, wait,
ones here.
okay, those
It's
ones.
all the three next to the infirmary.
Yeah.
basically.
Cool. So I guess Gruzeel and Kethra can quarantine their rooms.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'll do that.
So we need to stop it spreading into the general population.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Part of me is sorry, part of me is not sorry.
Are the infected cooperating, Arthur? Are they going to start filing in?
They're cooperating. They're a little bit. You can see like a few of them are a little bit rowdy about it, but they sort of understand that as long as their conditions are okay-ish, they'll cope. As long as they can sleep, they're fairly comfortably.
I'm going to approach someone with like lots of boils on him.
That'll be one of the lizard folk.
Do they speak common?
Yes.
Your boils look quite uncomfortable. If you prefer, I can drain some of the fluids.
Okay.
Okay,
Where do we go?
Follow me. We'll lead him down to the morgue.
Oh no! God.
Okay, at this point, Loris is going to follow him.
Okay.
I've got to be keeping tabs on him.
He
That's
follows
fine.
you. He follows you down to the morgue.
Mhm.
You notice he's licking his lips a lot.
He's licking his lips.
Fuck.
That's creepy.
That's very sus.
The lizard folk guy.
Yep.
Well, you probably wouldn't know because you'll be in front.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'd be leading the way.
So Alarias would notice this.
What's his name? I guess this man. Are you hungry? This is folk.
Very hungry.
Okay, we can get you some food before this operation goes down.
Good.
I'll get my. How long is the unseen servant? An hour. I don't really want to leave Umbra.
It's okay, Alarias. I'll bring him right back.
Oh, I'm going to get my unseen servant to go to Tiff. I don't know how much. I'm going to get it to pick up just a plate of food.
Okay.
Anything lying around and bring it down.
And you're staying there in the vicinity?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start harvesting pus from the boils. How much can I get off this one guy?
Gentle.
I'll make an attempt to be gentle.
You get quite a lot.
Nice. How much?
You get enough for another charge, which is good, considering it took 4 dying bodies to get the 2 charges.
Okay.
Be interesting to see if they refill as well, because you could basically just keep farming.
That's true, yeah. Okay.
He looks less blue from the rot, like a little bit greener to the sort of scales before.
How do you feel?
A little better.
Fascinating. Truly fascinating. Alarias, I require everybody with boils to be sent down here in turn. I can then drain the fluids and ease their suffering.
I mean, if he's feeling better, if this is going to help him,
We will
don't see
need
any
to.
problem.
We will need to repeat this daily until they are cured.
Hmm. Okay, but we're gonna have to make sure the transportation is on point.
Of course.
Can't have
of
anyone
course.
get infected here.
No, one at a time. Only, and once I send the back, we'll send the other.
You don't have any other protective equipment, do you?
No, only for me. I will take care of this, Alarias. I know many things burden you around the ship. Allow me to ease you of this small one.
I can't trust you with the subjects.
Alarias, I will treat them well.
No, the captain has ordered me to make sure that everything is humane.
Was I not humane, lizard man?
But I am not very good with humans.
Me neither. Very well, Alarias. You can escort them down yourself. But should you become infected, I will be forced to quarantine you by force.
Wow.
You're not forcing anything on me, Umbra.
Anyways, our work here is not done. Please accompany me, Alarias. We will need to scrub this ship clean from top floor to bottom.
How do you plan on disinfecting it?
Any infected material must be cast overboard.
Wow.
Whoa, we're not losing anything here.
Well, let's see what's infected. If it's too vital, then perhaps I can remove the infectious fluid, as I've done here.
I mean, the ship's not going to get boils, so I don't know how you're going to.
Well, no, and if someone's left, like, pus somewhere, we need to make sure it's not going to cause an outbreak.
Gruzeel.
Basically, we need to go check all the surfaces in
The
the
thing
ship.
is, like, I don't think they'd have a concept of disinfecting, so they'd probably just like scrub it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just scrub it.
Well, I was thinking I was going to harvest it, to be honest.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, generally, like, I don't think they'd have a concept of disinfecting stuff. So
Yeah.
I figured, like, just a swab.
You could scrub.
Scrub.
I'll try and harvest it if possible. If it really comes down to it, I guess we'll just scrub it.
Just the
So-
imagine Umbra just going around with like a pipette trying to get all the
Yeah.
Umbra, what
all
you would
juices.
find is that a lot of it's dried out
Mhm.
on surface, and that it either needs to be fresh or it doesn't last overly long on surfaces.
That's good then, right? Because it won't be infectious.
This happened. Right. Now, I've been making a couple checks. We're going to go to the next day.
Okay.
Kethra.
So the ship's okay. Sorry, you said, right? Because it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it dries off. It's easily to get off as well. Gruzeel,
Yes.
Kethra, and Alwyn can all make Constitution saving throws.
15 for Kethra. And 18
Not a good time for my
for
constitution
Alwyn.
to be lower. 10 for Gruzeel.
Now, Umbra, would any of them have had the boil passing treatment?
No, I've only been doing it for people like here.
Kethra, no. Alwyn's down there, so he would.
Yeah.
Gruzeel would have, if it's been known to Gruzeel, Gruzeel would have gone down.
I mean, I
Gruzeel-
imagine I haven't started in the general population yet because I spent the first day doing the
Yeah,
The
the thing is,
ship?
if Gruzeel's staying in his room, he wouldn't know about it.
So I was planning off on this day, like the second day now, to start draining basically all of the infected.
Fair enough.
So, Gruzeel, you take 20 necrotic damage.
Shit in hell. Right. I'm so glad I spent that other hit die. Okay. Two health.
Cool. Alwyn and Kethra can add one more point to each of their score,
If it's reduced by.
if it's reduced.
Good up. Almost back to normal.
Good. And then for the crew. Oh dear.
Losing some crew.
I think at this point we would have made a general announcement to everyone.
Okay.
So,
Wash your hands.
So, the ones you quarantined are the only ones that are also infected. You managed to quarantine them in time before the infection spread any further. However, one of the lizard folk has died.
oh shit.
2 of the deckhands have died.
3.
And the lizard folk that died was the one that you took the
Oh no!
juice out of.
Poor guy.
That's not gonna.
That doesn't bode well.
I mean, it's just coincidence. Three other people died without me doing anything.
Alarias is going to point the finger at you.
Umbra, can you make a medicine check quickly?
Yep. Medicine.
So we're down to 27 crew.
16.
Okay, so what you can tell is when you were leaking, or removing some of the fluid,
Mhm.
you were drawing the infection out of the person, making it easier for them to recover, but you also made whatever was infecting them a lot more ferocious,
Oh, okay.
which meant that if they were weaker and they didn't battle it very well that night, they would take an even harsher punishment of pain.
That's interesting. So, okay.
So
okay.
it made it easier for them to battle it, but if they weren't able to even overcome that, they would suffer more.
So OC is a better. It's an easy. It's a lower
yeah,
check.
OC
but more
lower
damage.
check.
But if they
more
felt it's
damage.
worse, basically, yeah. Okay.
That's a risk.
I think. Well, I mean, if they're weak, they'll probably die anyway, right? I reckon we should just bleed them all.
We can't lose 2. So hang on. How many? So we've got. It's 3 crew left. So 1 Dragonborn and 2 normal people. 2 normal. One lizard folk. 2 normal. 2 other people. Alwyn, Kethra, and Gruzeel still.
Mm-hmm.
How many crew do we have to go down to we actually start
20.
losing actions?
20. So we're at 27 at the moment. So we can only lose another 7.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
once
we could
you're
do some recruiting.
yeah, you can do some recruiting if you want to. Don't know how the rest of the crew will feel about you just doing that, but you know.
They survive.
Sorry, sorry, I'm back. What were we saying?
Oh, we were just discussing
how many people we had left.
How many people we have left. What next steps would you like to do on this day?
So I've realized this about the things.
So the question is.
So basically, is it worth making it easier for the chance of a much worse pain that could kill them?
Yes, I think we should. Okay, so is Alarias coming up to talk to me? Because I'll assume I've kind of like just figured this out.
I mean, 3 deaths. He's going to point.
Okay, so do you want to start if you're coming over to talk?
Okay, we got 3 deaths on our hands, Umbra.
Yes.
Is this draining a viable option?
Just deciding how.
Or is it just satisfying some other need?
You already know that he's weaponizing it, don't you? So
yeah.
The drainage. To put it in layman's terms, if they survive the night after the drainage, they'll be much better off. However, should they be of a weak disposition, then they will suffer greatly.
It's too much of a gamble to put these lives at risk.
I would have thought you'd wish for strong crewmates.
I mean, I'm not.
I'm going to step really close to Alarias and say,
"The strong survive on the seas, Alarias."
The worst part is that it's a lizard folk who we kind of deem are stronger than the general deckhands as well.
Well, Alarias doesn't really like lizard folk, so.
No, I know. Constitution-wise, you figure they're better, they're more hardier than.
I mean, in some ways.
A weak crew member is bound for death. The strong will survive no matter
You know what? I suppose the way that Alarias probably would think about this is what are the species of those that are infected? Does he care? Are they elves and humans? If they're not, then
Tell you what.
you know, you already know one's a lizard folk, and the one's whatever Alwyn's supposed to be.
He's pretty creeped out by lizard folk.
What is he base elf? Is he
Simic.
base?
Yeah,
It's Simic base elf.
Elf. So okay. So you're probably okay with Alwyn, I suppose.
yeah. He's fine with humans.
Humans and elves, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the other two deckhands?
I've just rolled. One's a dwarf. The other one is in fact a I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll just use that to roll. It's a bugbear.
A what?
We have a bugbear.
A bugbear. You have a bugbear.
That would have been pretty obvious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's super obvious now.
Wow.
Oh my god. Wow,
Yep.
he's pretty intimidating.
Yeah, bugbears are pretty nuts.
Jeez.
I'm going to say a young one, probably small for his size.
Yeah. That's okay.
Let me drain them, Alarias. The strong will survive no matter what.
I mean, in some ways, the fact they've survived this long, they've got up something in them.
Yes.
You have to say it like that.
Yeah. He's just trying to think. Oh god.
I'm going to place both my gloved hands on Alarias' shoulders.
Leave them to me, Alarias.
Not that he's been touching infected people with those hands, but okay.
No, I'm going to be careful about stuff like this. You know,
No. If you touch him, he will back away.
I'm just going to follow.
Come on, guys. Out of
You don't know
melee
anything.
range.
Leave them to me, Alarias. Leave them in my hands.
All right, I'll
if
make
anything
a
happens, it's on your head.
You'll have a
You did say
strong
that.
crew by the end of it.
Okay, Umbra. I'm giving you this chance to save the crew.
Thank you,
Do
Alarias.
what you can.
I won't let you down.
Alright, I am going to proceed with draining everyone.
Okay. Are you going to do Gruzeel, Kethra, and Gruzeel and Kethra? Actually, they're the only ones that are.
I'm not going to do anyone who's not in the quarantine zone.
All right. Good to know. Okay.
How well would we know if people died of us in quarantine?
Okay. So actually, at the end of that day, Kethra, you get a knock on the door.
Yeah.
It's Barry, Captain. We've lost some crew.
Shit.
Yeah.
You okay, Barrett? What they
we've
feeling?
we've caged them like animals. How do you think they're feeling?
Right, I'm just paying a visit to Barry soon.
You don't know this is going on.
Subordination.
Yeah.
I ordered Alarias and Umbra to have them separated humanely.
Look, they're locked in a room.
Locked.
Nothing but each other and other people that are blue-coloured, boiled up, and people are dying next to them. What do you expect them to feel like?
Why don't we take out the bodies?
I
would take the dead bodies
They're
back to the
scared.
morgue.
They're scared, and they're disgusted. They're surrounded by these boiled things. I get it.
I ordered
but
them not to be locked in. It's not good.
It's for the good of the crew. What does Barry know? He's not a physician.
Barry's telling me the truth. On your head be it.
This is for the good of the ship.
Look,
Understand
Captain,
that.
I understand. I mean, it looks nasty. I don't want it, but they're still people.
I know. We need to protect those who are healthy, so that they don't get it. If people are dying now, imagine if all of us would had it, then we'd all be
There's
goners.
one in there.
Aye, Captain. Aye. I just needed to let you know because
it's not going to be good, Barry. You're an officer now. We have to make these difficult decisions.
Yeah.
It's not the same as being part of the crew.
Oh. And you hear footsteps leaving.
Quick inventory then. It's the end of the day, you said, right? But
Yeah, so this will be the end of the day. Yep.
So how many more coatings do I get from draining all of the crew in there?
All of the crew. Can you roll a medicine check for me for this one?
Oh, I can. Where is this? 11.
Doesn't go as well. Some of them seem to be recovering.
Oh,
Which also means the boils are reducing.
okay.
So it's a little harder to get that out. Alwyn particularly looks like he's doing well, considering. And you probably get 3 more charges out.
Cool.
Wow.
And I will take the 4 deceased back to the morgue.
Good.
So, sorry, what have I got in the morgue? You said I've got
3 deceased.
3
One
deceased.
with
Three
progress,
deceased, sorry.
2,
I'm going to create a morgue inventory real quick. So I've got a bugbear, a dwarf, and a lizard man. You were
no,
saying.
those are living.
No, the bugbear
Oh,
and the
sorry.
dwarf are living.
Okay, sorry. What have I got in the morgue?
Oh god, okay, let me roll.
Lizard folk and 2 humans. Just to say that.
Yeah, lizard folk and 2 humans. Let's go with
Can
that.
you roll one of them? I need other species.
Just for you, Haiss.
Yes.
Do you realise
It's-
that Kethra's not going to like you doing things on?
It's a
on the
goblin.
crew?
Goblin.
Oh
What
my
else is the morgue
What have
for?
we
It's for dead bodies. I'll take the dead bodies to the morgue.
I think I need to itemize every single deckhand we've got.
Look,
It's
don't be
some interesting-
racist, okay?
Got some interesting race, All right.
Got a good
Okay.
mix. Be fair.
That's me done.
Alarias will remind Umbra he's not to experiment on the dead bodies at the
Oh
crew.
shit! I'm not allowed. Oh.
Yeah.
He
Damn
will
it,
remind him.
I'll dispose of them in the appropriate manner.
Good boy. I really hoped you didn't. Carry on. Okay. Can I have a Constitution saving throw, Kethra? And could I have a Constitution saving throw from Gruzeel?
Is this before we? Because I want to spend my last hit die.
You can spend your hit die first. And Alwyn, assumingly you remove more pus from Alwyn. Yes?
Say again, sorry.
Are you removing more from Alwyn because he's in the quarantine zone?
If he's in quarantine, then yep, I will.
Okay.
This could be bad.
Can you give Alwyn advantage on this roll as well, please?
Constitution.
Because I wouldn't roll badly.
See, I saved Alwyn!
Maybe not.
What happened? I'm back.
I've saved the entire crew, basically.
Well, we
No.
don't know yet. We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Well, no,
We
we're not
don't
sure.
know if that's the case
We're
yet.
basically we're about to do our check to find out.
Yeah, if I have saved the crew or not.
Oh, I've got my roll.
Kethra is a 9,
Okay.
and Alwyn he's a net 0, is a 6.
He's a 6.
Wow, with advantage.
I
I rolled a 4 and a 6.
wow, and I got a 12.
Shit.
Do not have loads of P. The end. I even
If
cured.
Alwyn dies, that means that the cure for the rest of the crew is gone.
Well, it's
What?
only Tim. Yeah.
Oh, he can do less. That is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
they're both good.
Alwyn could do 5 less the restorations.
I suppose I could try and work on a cure, but
That
I'm just
is
focused on weaponizing it.
35 damage to Alwyn specifically.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that he wasn't on a lot of health. Even I don't know how you do hit dice for NPCs.
So he's basically a
so
what level caster? Because he's.
No. So it's a hit
He's a
die. The way it works for creatures is they have hit die depending on how many die their HP is. So if it's like 98 plus 64, it's 9d8.
Okay.
That's their hit die.
Okay, so do
how that
it based on that. That works.
Okay,
So it's,
Wait,
I did not know that. That's a cool fact.
it's what it is, whatever it is for a priest. I don't know.
Also,
okay,
for
he's a D8 for him. Okay,
And you have as many as their thing is.
as the thing
but
is.
it's still yeah, that's enough to make him to negative. For
How negative?
minus his max on here.
Minus his max.
Yeah.
It's Alwyn gone.
Oh damn!
Shit.
So bearing in mind he took 30 damage, and you said he was on the mend. Oh no, but I did drain him. Yep.
It was 34, right?
34. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's enough to kill him.
Okay.
Oh no.
Alwyn is gone.
R.I.P.
And that's 5 less the restorations. Gone.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
In his final prayers, a storm began brewing, and he heard just a whisper of "wasn't quick enough." And then he fades into the darkness.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Actually, okay. I have to ask you now. As this is an NPC backup character, this is technically a lot like a player death. Do we treat it as such like a player death, or do we treat it such as an NPC death? Because there are 2 avenues I can go down.
I don't mind. Up to Matt, I guess, because it's his backup.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
asking
are
Matt
we?
specifically.
Well, are we? Is this going to be the precedent set for the other backup characters going forward, though?
I'd imagine so.
This would be yes, as well as players. This is what I will be doing for players in explaining their deaths.
I would personally. I view it to treat it as a character death rather than NPC death because players have put the effort in to make them.
Personally, I agree.
I was going to say the opposite. Personally, they're an NPC. They're not. They're not a fully
Okay, that's-
formed character.
2 for yes, 1 for no. Others?
I think leave them unless they are your primary character. Ain't worth it.
Cool.
I think same. Unless they're primaries, then they're not.
Or unless you have something cool written down.
But then I think it would be cooler to have it for like a player. You know,
Okay, I
like
can
so
say
when like an actual active player dies, then you get like a big thing.
Dan?
Because we might have. I've got like 2 backups. What if they both die? They're both going to get.
Yeah, I feel bad because you put in the effort, but
No?
yeah, it's not your main
Yeah,
character.
I'm sure the time will come.
I can make more characters, mate. Don't you worry.
Okay, cool. I'll leave it there then. He dies with that whispered voice. Goodbye.
Man,
Alwyn.
wow. Savage.
Now. Gruzeel, you can add 1 more point.
Did I take any damage, by the way?
No, you can add 1 more point to both
Okay,
your scores.
I had a 9.
Kethra, you take. I'm just going to re-roll because I've forgotten what the number was. Right.
I haven't been drained, so
Yeah, I'm keeping that in mind.
So, out of interest, then,
So that's 22.
she's down.
dear. I'm back. My stats are back to normal. Does that
Okay.
mean?
Your boils are gone.
Oh, so I feel okay.
You look in the mirror. You are completely green again. Your boils are gone. You feel like the fever has gone. You feel better.
Oh, he'll go to see Tim and say that he's feeling a lot better now because he feels Tim should know.
Does Tim do anything about that?
Sorry, I'm here. I was drinking. What happened?
Gruzeel's better,
Gruzeel's better.
and he's coming to tell you so.
What happened?
I don't know. I just stayed in my room and slept a
I'm so
lot.
glad we must continue isolating.
What, me?
Others, but you can
Oh.
help.
How do I help them isolate? Don't they just do that?
Come and enforce it. Yes.
Are they not isolated at the moment?
Yeah, but you can make sure they're isolating.
I mean, if they've been ordered to isolate, surely they're doing it.
Still doing
How
that
do we
on turn.
Well, he doesn't know any of that.
What's in the room in the mornings? Out of curiosity.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a locked door. Does anyone go give them? Assumedly, someone goes gives them food. Another
I'll
side.
probably just make
Umbra's
my
got-
unseen servant.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Your unseen servant, does it report anything to you? I don't think it does. That
Umbra would,
follows orders.
Umbra would check up because it's the night after the draining. Umbra would probably check up to see how it's gone.
Umbra, they're all cured.
Let's go.
They all no longer have boils. They all look normal again, and they just want to leave.
Umbra's. Do they say anything when I go in?
Well, most of them are just like, "Oh, get me the hell out of here."
Okay.
One of them, the lizard folk, actually,
Mhm.
shakes your hand and then
I'll-
leaves.
Before he leaves, I'll.
Perhaps come see me in the morgue sometime.
You're okay. I'd rather not.
What was he insinuating?
Who knows? Okay. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. And I guess I'll grab Alarias so we can go report to the captain.
You pulled your weight. Saved him.
As you can see, Alarias, as promised, the crew have been cured.
Not too many casualties, but I suspect
No.
the captain will still be somewhat sad about losing them.
Will
Indeed.
you drain the boils for Kethra?
Well, I'm down at the moment.
Well, that's my question. You're going
Well,
to check
I'll
on Kethra.
go-
What happens? So what happens in that moment though? Because when she's down in the morning, do I roll death save
Well,
now
yeah, you'll roll
before?
two death saves.
I mean, no one's gone to see her.
I will be. So after I speak to Alarias, I'm going to say, let's go report to the captain.
The door's locked. We're gonna have to break it down.
Yeah.
That's
fine.
it.
Oh, that's,
Depends.
let's see what happens based on these.
A 4 and a 15, so a success and a failure.
Cool.
Perfectly balanced. Okay, so I'll say to Alarias.
You knock on the door. There
If
is no
only-
answer.
Wait, before I knock on the door, I'll just say to Alarias.
If only I had been given free reign from the start, more lives could have been saved.
Yeah, you pretty much were.
I mean, he's done well, to be fair, but he still had a hidden agenda.
But
Can't argue with the results, though. I mean, that's the
No,
thing.
true.
Yeah.
the result is like 4 dead.
no, but that was before I treated them. It's because I had to go get permission
No,
and stuff.
you treated 2 of them and they died.
No, I treated one of them.
you
and
treated
he-
you treated the lizard folk and you treated Alwyn. There's
Yeah.
2 dead who you treated.
Oh, I forgot Alwyn died. Oh yeah.
We
Oh, well.
The whole thing about it. We had a whole discussion.
had a whole thing about it. Okay.
Honestly, Umbra probably wouldn't even notice himself. He would just take the body downstairs and dispose of it.
I would imagine he'd be very interested in a Simic hybrid. To be fair.
He's a Simic. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to do stuff on the crew.
Oh, no.
So
He's elf-based Simic Hybrid.
Good for keeping to the rules, though, Umbra.
He's growing.
Yeah.
Hey, you knock on the door. There is no answer.
Perhaps the
Umbra.
captain has deceased.
Oh my god! Straight away.
Holy shit, Umbra. Jesus. You always go to the worst possible
If I
outcome.
if I had been given full authority, I could have prevented this.
Okay, Umbra, you don't have to keep saying that. Just get in there. Break down.
many lives.
Go on.
okay,
What are you guys doing?
I'll draw my scimitar. I mean my sickle, and then I'll gesture for Alarias to break down the door.
Oh, I can't. I'm skinny arms weak.
Oh, I'm pretty weak as well.
We're the weakest guys.
Kethra,
-1 to strength.
I've
Kethra,
got
could you,
minus
make,
one as well.
could you make another death save, please?
Oh god, okay, I'll break it.
Okay,
It's an
okay.
8.
I rolled a
An 8.
Eight.
That's 2 fails.
14 Arthur. Strength.
14.
Why is the sickle
Heavy
for?
doors, dude.
That's going to lose both his characters.
Okay.
No,
Alright.
Drum roll.
Oh, I've got -1. That was the best
Now
I could
20.
do.
Now 20.
Oh, nice.
Now 20.
And 20. Okay. You break down the door. Kethra is not moving. She's barely breathing. She looks like she's at death's door. What do you do?
Umbra, you got anything with this?
Alarias, what do you think of the captain?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Umbra, we're not having this conversation. Holy fuck.
I'm gonna peer at Alarias and say, "Good, you passed the test, Alarias. Your loyalty is assured."
Wow.
And then I'm gonna go over and
Shit,
can I stabilize? Wait, can I stabilize him? Or if I can't, I'm gonna drain.
yeah.
Sorry, her.
A medicine check, yeah. Anyone
Uh,
can
you
I'll
can
drain the pus.
yeah, do a medicine check, see if you can stabilize her.
Do I get advantage because I've been dealing with this thing?
No.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna roll it.
Only Tim
Publicly.
can do it. Only Tim can do it automatically.
We haven't got time. we gotta do it quick. I'm gonna do it publicly. So Kethra's death is not in my hands if it happens.
I mean, how do we treat?
21.
21.
Okay. never mind.
She is stabilized.
So what Umbra will be doing is I guess he'll just kind of pull out some potions. He'll have Kethra sip a couple.
That's a
He'll-
one. So 1 hour for the D4.
1 hour.
Okay.
1 hour unconscious.
0
Um,
HP, technically.
0 HP.
Umbra, what are you slipping down her throat?
I have just saved the captain's life. For the time being. Alarias, she's very weak. I will need to drain the pus.
Oh my god.
Wait, how's that gonna help?
If she survives the following night, she'll be cured.
But you said it was more risk.
It is.
It's
We'll
like-
have to pray for the captain's strength.
if she's already weak,
Well,
is she really gonna survive the night?
this is the only way. You must put your faith in the captain.
Oh, Gruzeel needs to be there.
I'm just going to step closer to Alarias.
Oh man.
Umbra, I don't think you're the best person for this. I think we should get some help.
Alarias, you believed in me before. Will you not believe in me again?
Yeah, but this is the captain's life we're dealing with here. Everything goes to the next level when it's the captain's life. I think we should get Tim on this.
Perhaps an officers' meeting to discuss.
I don't think we really have time for that.
I mean, she's stabilized.
She's
though.
stabilized. So
She's
I'll
stabilised.
Stabilized.
say
For how long?
Okay, let's gather everyone and
Gather them here, and we'll make the decision.
Got a bedroom. Got a war room right next to that.
I mean,
yeah,
is
we
that-
probably shouldn't be in that room.
I mean, are we gathering?
Yeah, I'll.
Because
okay,
if we're gathering, I'll just cure wounds, Kethra.
yeah. Cool.
I mean,
I'll
Are
get
you willing to
Gruzeel.
touch her though? You might get contracted again.
I'm for the captain. Gruzeel would.
No, I won't allow it. We've already contained the infection. We can't have it spread again.
Gruzeel will
It'll
combat.
tarnish my casualty rate. No,
Gruzeel will. If you try to stop Gruzeel will combat that.
we'll have to RP it when you get here.
Okay.
Just Umbra, just give him your gloves.
No,
A simple solution.
never.
Are you unwilling to undress?
You would have me undress Alarias. My answer is no. We must drain the pus from the captain.
Okay, so do you gather everybody to the war room to then discuss this once Kethra wakes up?
Are we waiting for the hour? We can
Are you
wait an hour.
waiting,
Actually, that makes sense.
Are we
to wait.
waiting, or are you draining the pus off a stabilized person?
I mean, Umbra thinks we should drain the pus, but I think Alarias is saying no.
No.
Okay, so you're waiting. Right, so yeah, you all collect war room.
So Kethra's up now.
Kethra is awake,
1 HP. 1 HP.
1 HP. You're all in the war room. It's 10:05. We can either leave it here, or we can let you just quickly RP this sort of conversation. It's up to you guys.
I'm happy with either.
I don't mind. You will.
Should we get this Get the conversation.
Okay, we can do the
I'm
conversation.
I'm
Yeah.
curious as well. This is-
Okay.
Oh, Captain.
First of all, I'm gonna give myself a second wind. Oh shit! I was like, only 4. Fucking second wind. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Captain, you're up. I'm feeling better, by the way. Just so you know.
I saved your
you.
life, Captain. For the time being.
Yeah, alright. It wasn't just you, mate.
Alarias was present behind me.
Did he really, Umbra?
Yes.
Alarias, is he telling the truth?
Okay, he drained them of their pus.
No.
And
did he save my life, Alarias?
yeah, he did. He stabilized you.
Umbra would nod to Alarias.
He saved the majority of the infected crew. Some of them passed.
Majority.
Only 2 passed.
3. Umbra 3.
4.
Ah,
4. 4.
Oh shit!
One
keeps
is
going up.
yeah,
One
one
is a
lizard
folk,
folk, 2
one
deckhands, and Alwyn.
I mean, only 2. Only 2 in my care. I didn't see the other 2.
They were all. No, they were all in your care. They were all in. Those are the
Yeah,
quarantine.
they were all in the quarantine.
No, because the 2 who died the first night, I didn't drain them.
Yeah,
I only drained one of them. So
But
only
no,
2 who I
Oh,
actively treated died.
Which were the only 2 you treated.
No, I treated everyone in the
treated
quarantine.
all of them.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I treated them all the second night, so the ones who died on the first night, I only treated one person.
And trust me, it's a good thing he treated them.
Ah, see, Umbra is a
You don't
legend.
know. You don't know that.
You don't know that.
I'm just reasonably sure. Anyway, oh yeah. So once they've said that, Umbra will say,
Captain, I can see. Oh, I don't know their names. One of them was a goblin.
Who died? Everybody.
The goblin and the simic.
Alwyn.
I don't know his designation.
Yeah, Alwyn died, Captain. He passed.
Shit, he was a cleric as well. Who else?
I think he would have healed himself.
That is true. Actually, yeah.
He's not there to defend himself, and Kethra. He used all his spell slots defending both of you.
I healed myself, and I'm not even a cleric.
He's disrespecting the dead here, guys. It's not funny.
Sorry.
Actually, that reminds me, and you'll use Cure Wounds on Kethra as well.
Oh damn it, Umbra
I'm
didn't have time to react.
still infectious. So the rest of the crews, everyone
5.
else is.
Yeah,
5.
because we quarantined them in time.
Gruzeel,
Hmm.
can you roll a Constitution saving throw?
Oh dear.
Oh, I did. Umbra tried.
That was a good roll. 17.
Cool, you're fine.
Ace. Gruzeel don't care, man. He's it's not in his nature to think about that kind of thing.
So I'm the last left infected.
I would suggest no one touch you, but Gruzeel went ahead and
That
did
you are aware of. Yes.
Captain, we must do the same for you that we did for the others. You must be drained.
Drained 2 of them.
I must.
2 died.
Yes, out of a crew of. How many crew do we have, Arthur?
6.
How many were infected?
6.
6. So 4 out of 6 survived.
4 out of 6 survived the treatment.
Technically, it's 4 out of 7 because you did it on Alwyn. I'm just saying.
4 out of 7.
No. Oh yeah, but I didn't treat one of them.
I don't like those odds.
They're very good odds, Captain.
How long do you think I need to be?
I mean,
how long do we have on the long rest? How much longer do we need before Tim can heal me?
You have
6 days.
it's like
no. So it's been a few days now. So this is the 4th day. You've got 3 more days, or three more sleeps essentially.
Let me drain you, Captain.
I still have 1 night left of. Can I have a good night?
Dance with Death twice.
Matt just wants to get the record for losing both of his characters.
No, it'll be two different sessions. So it's okay. The next night will happen tomorrow, so next week.
Oh man.
Captain, if I drain the bus, you survive the night, you'll be restored.
And if I don't survive the night, I die. So
Yes.
I either die or I die. Die with it drained or die without it drained. So it
Yes.
seems like I die either way. So guess what? I'm just gonna stay as I am. Thanks.
I know you can get through it, Captain. I got through it, and you're stronger than I am. I believe in you.
Hooray!
Okay.
In the meantime, I guess we just carry on.
Yep.
You know,
Have a service for those who died. At least remember their names, please, people.
The Goblin. And the Simic.
Umbra,
bearded man.
very told me that they were locked inside. Umbra, I told you they would be quarantined humanely. How is locked humane?
I was locked in the brick.
What?
There's nothing. There's nothing inherently wrong with locking them, Captain. We had to ensure the infection didn't spread to the healthy.
Makes sense.
Forgive me, but Barry is not a surgeon or a physician. I feel as if he spoke out of turn on a matter of which he was ignorant.
I mean,
Yeah,
Barry's in the room.
Oh, is he? I'll look at him while I say it.
He's an officer, so.
I mean,
I'll look at him
if
while I
this
say
is
it.
an officers' meeting, then
Yep,
yes.
I'll look at him while I say it. What's Barry's job, Arthur? What's his main job on the ship?
He's master rigger.
So that's like rope stuff. I wouldn't presume to tell you how to tie a knot. Do not tell me how to conduct my business.
Tie a knot around your neck.
I mean,
Whoa!
I mean, Umbra saved lives, Barry. What were you doing?
I mean, don't you tie knots with bandages?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just worried about our crew and how they're feeling when they've been locked and kept with dead men.
And because we did that, you're alive. So
I removed the corpses from the zone.
yeah.
He's just in a huff. He looks away.
It wasn't the best situation, but I guess it's better that than the whole crew getting infected.
I am thankful that the captain did not listen to Barry's misguided advice.
Shoots you a look, bites his tongue.
I mean, at least the rest of the crew's okay. We just have to hope the captain makes it through.
I have given my recommendation. I will retire to the morgue.
Is there nothing else you or Umbra or Tim can do to, I don't know, make it more likely that the captain will make it through the night?
I'm not.
Apart from the training thing, you know.
Unless we can get him up to 100%.
Because you weren't drained, so you were fine.
But then I'm a Dragonborn. Maybe it affects me differently. I don't know.
I'm just gonna go back to sleep, and if I wake up, I'll wake up. That's it.
Very good, Captain. I'm just going to leave.
If one way or another, we'll give the deceased sending off on Tim's Island. Because that's, you know.
Did we chuck the bodies already?
They were in the morgue, aren't they?
Yeah, I was preparing to get rid of them, but you can do the
All in the
service.
morgue.
Okay.
Just keep the bodies. I mean, yeah, he's gone. As long as we keep the bodies for when we get to the island, and then we can send them off there. Seems only right. They joined our crew. They expected to be protected here, and one way or another, that was failed.
Okay.
Kevin's
So-
gonna go back to sleep. Going back to her
Kevin's
room,
gonna go back to
and
sleep.
she's gonna
You guys are
move
gonna go back to
and she's
sleep.
gonna move the piano to block the door.
Oh my god. Go,
Okay.
Kethra, if you die,
That's
we can't come in.
Well,
Okay.
to be fair, we can go through the captain's office. There's 2 doors going into there.
Oh, we'll break the other door.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
Umbra's
two
gonna
doors.
go.
That's two locked doors you got to get through, though.
True.
Kethra, can you roll a Constitution saving throw, please?
Ooh, I'll stay on for this. I want to see what happens.
Oh yeah, why not?
7.
Okay.
Hmm.
25 necrotic damage.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, she's down.
She's down.
Do we roll these? Do we roll these
Can
now?
you roll 3 death saving throws, please?
3. That's 11. 9 and
Pass.
4, so 2 successes and 2 failures. Well, 1 success, 2
And-
failures.
Roll till you're up. You've blocked the door.
Yeah, up or down? Yeah.
Oh, roll, pull them up or down. That's a 7. She's dead.
Oh no!
Oh no.
God, give it some time, man.
That is a record.
Okay.
Two
I-
people dead.
Two
I
characters.
need
Who's
to
the new
check my
captain?
notes for something quickly.
Backup captain.
Shit.
Yeah,
Well,
who's our new
was it
captain?
Gruzeel.
Gruzeel.
Gruzeel generally, well, by default, it would be Gruzeel. But
Quartermaster takes the.
Yeah, Gruzeel will take over until a new captain is
is elected, really. I
is
guess,
elected.
knowing Gruzeel, he'll probably ask for a re-election.
Now.
Umbra.
Could you
Actually, death takes you in this feverish sleep, Kethra.
Mhm.
You feel your body pulled like a current takes a wave in the ocean into a specific direction. Then you awake. You are on a very narrow boat with a lantern at the back. When you sit up and turn, you see a blue, tall, horned, feminine-looking creature in front of you. She is beautiful. She's a lot like a tiefling, but very large. And her fingertips are tentacles. And her eyes are greeny blue, like seaweed wrapped around some kind of orb in the depths. Coral covers parts of her body, almost in a clothing type of way, with reef-like structures kind of extending out from her. Barnacles dotted around her arms. And she is pulling you on a chain linked to your boat. And she turns to you and she says, "Hello. I wonder if you might be interested in a deal." And we'll end the session there.
Wow.
Ooh.
Could be coming
Deal.
back.
Very interesting.
Oh, wow.
Do we discuss the deal privately or?
I will send you the deal.
Okay.
Privately. And I will also send to you privately what you see, what you talk about. We'll discuss that further privately.
Let's stop
Right.
then.
Cool.
3, 2, 1.
Nice.